two bodies are there and they are separated by a certain distance, and the force between them is 10 Newton. So let us call the distance as d1 and the force as f1. What will be the force of attraction between them if the separation is reduced to half? So if the bodies are brought closer, so the distance between them is equal to half the distance. So what will be the force? Okay, we know that the force follows inverse square law of distance. So therefore, F1 upon F2 is equal to d2 upon d1 squared. So this is 10 Newton. This is F2. So d2 upon d1 will be equal to 1 by 2. So we get that as 1 by 4. F2 will be 10 times 4. So F2 is 40 Newton. Force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. Therefore, if the distance is reduced by half, force is 2 squared times the original force. That is 40 Newton. This working also should be sufficient. So mass is equal to 5 kilogram. Weight is equal to m into g. So 5 into 10, that is 15 Newton. Assumption is that g is equal to 10 meter per second squared. So instead of 9.8, we have assumed it to be 10. Mass is 10 kilogram. What is the weight in kilogram force? So weight is also 10. Instead of kilogram, we write kilogram force. And the next thing they are asking us to write it in Newton. So weight is equal to m into g. So g is given to be 9.8. So therefore, weight is 98 Newton. This is called as center of gravity. The force of gravity acts from the center of the body pointing towards the earth. So this weight is equal to m into g. Mass is equal to 5 kilogram. 49 Newton. Weight is 2 Newton. What is the mass of the body? They are asking. So g is given to be 10 meter per second squared. So we know weight is equal to m into g. So 2 is equal to m into 10. So m is 2 by 10. That is 0.2 kilogram. That will be the mass. Weight is 98 Newton. Taking acceleration due to gravity on Earth is 9.8 meter per second squared. We have to calculate the mass. So weight is equal to m into g. So 98 is equal to m into 9.8. 98 divided by 9.8. So m will be 10 kilogram. That will be the mass. Weight on moon. Okay, so weight on the moon is m into acceleration due to gravity of the moon, which is 1.6. So that will be 16 Newton. So the body which weighs 98 Newton on Earth will weigh only 16 Newtons on the moon. Weight of a man is 600 Newton on Earth. What will be the approximate weight on the moon? So weight on moon is equal to 1/6 of weight on Earth. Since acceleration due to gravity on the moon is 1/6 of acceleration due to gravity on the Earth. So weight on the moon is 1/6 of 600. So weight on the moon is 100 Newton. Mass is 10.5 kilogram. G is 10 meter per second squared. Force of gravity. So 10.5 into 10 is 105 Newton. Weight is equal to the force of gravity. Okay, so whenever a person is standing like this is Earth. The pull that Earth has on us is our weight. So therefore, the weight is also 105 Newton. The ball is released. U is 0. And it reaches ground in 3 seconds. So time is 3 seconds. And gravity is 9.8 meter per second squared. They are asking us to calculate the height. They are asking us to calculate the final velocity. So we know the formula S is equal to UT plus half AT squared. The same thing is written as H is equal to UT plus half GT squared. So this is 0 times 3 plus half into 9.8 into 3 squared. So this is 0 plus 4.9 into 9, 44.1 meter is the distance or the height from which the ball is released. The second is velocity. So we have the formula V is equal to U plus AT. The same formula is written as V is equal to U plus GT. So this is 0 plus 9.8 into 3. So velocity is 29.4 meter per second. Mass is 5 kilogram. Force is equal to M into G. 5 into 9.8, that is 49 Newton. So the force required by the muscles to hold this mass is 49 Newton. And the assumption is that G is equal to 9.8 meter per second squared. A height of 20 meters and then returns to the ground. Initial velocity, we have to calculate final velocity on reaching ground and the total time of the journey. This is a ball. So when this ball goes up and it comes down, one has to keep in mind the following. The time taken to go up is equal to the time taken to come down. So that means suppose if the ball takes 3 seconds to go up, it will take 3 seconds to come down. Whatever is the velocity of the ball going up, so when the ball comes back, the velocity will be same. Only thing, it will be acting downward. Negative because the direction will be opposite. At the maximum height, the velocity will be 0. So V square is equal to U square minus 2GH. Okay, the negative G is because when the ball is going up, G is acting downward. G is always acting downward. So the acceleration due to gravity was directed opposite to the motion of the ball. That's why G is taken negative. Okay, so the maximum height, the velocity is 0. So that is 0 over here. This is U square minus 2 into 10 into 20. So this is U square minus 400. So U square is 400. U will be equal to 20 meter per second. So the initial velocity, we got it as 20 meter per second. Now for the second part, we know that so therefore, I will take the velocity as negative 20 since it is downwards. V is equal to U minus GT. So this is 0, this is 20 minus 10 into T. So therefore, T is equal to 20 upon 10 equal to 2 seconds. So therefore, total time equal to 2 plus 2, that is 4 seconds. U is equal to 0. Acquires a velocity 20 meter per second. On reaching the ground, calculate the height of the tower. So you take G as 10 meter per second squared. And so 20 squared is 0 plus 2 into 10 into H. This is 400 is 20H. 400 upon 20. So H will be 20 meters. Total time is 6 seconds. Since time taken to go up is equal to time taken to come down, therefore time taken to go up is taken as 6 upon 2, that is 3 seconds. So here we have H is equal to UT plus half GT squared. If you take H as 0 times 3 plus half into 10 into 3 into 3, 2 ones are 2 5s are. h is 0 plus 5 into 9. That will be 45 meters. Here I am taking this point that the ball, when it goes up, and then over here, the initial velocity can be taken as 0, and then the ball come down in 3 seconds. So I've taken that condition over here, that the ball is at a maximum height, then it is falling down. So the ball falls down by 45 meters. So the maximum height attained by the ball is 45 meters. That is, when the ball is thrown vertically upward, you remember G is downward. And the initial velocity of the ball, assuming the final velocity is equal to 0. So here you have 10 into 3. So this is negative 30. So U will be equal to 30 meter per second. That is the speed with which the ball was thrown vertically upward. U is equal to 20 meter per second. Time is equal to 2 seconds. They are asking for H. So H is UT minus half GT squared, because this is moving upward. So what we get is 20 into 2 minus half into 10 into 2 into 2. So this will get cancelled. So here you have 40 minus 20. So height is 20 meters. The height attained is 20 meters. H is 80 meters. Time is equal to question mark and velocity is equal to question mark. H is equal to UT plus half GT squared. Remember, this is a pebble over here and this height is 80 meters. So when it is released, the question is how long it takes to fall down. And when it is just about to hit the ground, what will be its velocity? So initially it is 0 because the pebble is released. So this is 80 equal to 0 into t plus half into 10 gt squared. So t is 4 seconds. So that is 0 plus 10 into 4. And the velocity will be 40 meter per second. U equal to 0. This is 2.5 seconds. G is 9.8 meter per second squared. What is the height of the building? So H is equal to UT plus half GT squared. 0 into 2.5 plus half into 9.8 into 2.5 squared. So this is 0. This is 4.9 into 6.25. The value of H that we get is 30.6 meters of 49 meter per second squared upward. The maximum height attained. So when V is equal to 0, what is the height? And they are asking time taken to reach the ground. So therefore, I will say that this is the total time. Is V square is equal to U square minus 2GH. Negative again because the body is moving upward. So I take this as 0. I take this as 49 squared minus 2 into 9.8 into H. So what we have is 2 into 9.8 into H is equal. H will be 49 into 49, 2 into 9.8. The value of H will be 102.5 meters. V equal to U minus GT. This is 0. This is 49 minus 9.8 into T. So T will be 49 upon 9.8. That goes 5 times. So this is 5 seconds. It takes 5 seconds to go up. And so it will take 5 seconds to come down. And therefore, I take the total time as 2 into 5. That will be 10 seconds.